And yeah, I think we're live.
Yep. So do we just go through the questions or?
Yeah.
Uh,
So what you think? Why do you think he chose to incorporate the Monkey King into it? Any ideas?
I think he incorporated the Monkey King to, um, like in his memoir because the Monkey King served as like a legend and it kind of like connects people and each of the folk tales together, kind of.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt like it's just like a tale told like for in Hawaii, Maui capturing the sun or pulling the islands from the sea. That's just something that everyone knows, and it's a part of our culture and our history. And being able to share the lessons learned from those events, it not only like tells our culture, but it there's symbolism behind it, and there's just a way for I don't know, it's just a way to pass down legends and information. I think that's important, and I feel like that's important to Asian cultures and cultures everywhere that they pass down these things um, to generation after generation. So I thought it was pretty appropriate to include that into the book, and then the lessons of the what's his name, Jin was going through and things that he had to learn, but there was relevance to those tales of the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and it kind of connects to Chinese people, the monkey. Because the, when we talk about monkey, most of the films, the stories that and storytellings that the Chinese tells is it's either about a monkey or dragon. So it kind of connect to the book when you say the American-born Chinese, and yeah,
Yeah, it's good. I thought it was good because you can kind of compare the Monkey King story to Jin's story and how they kind of both, that was kind of the point of the story. They see each other as, or they see themselves as something lesser, or they try and compare themselves to others when really they should just try and be themselves. So I thought he incorporated the two stories together because they compared to one another, but I also thought it was interesting he was able to kind of bring that folklore and then relate it in a modern sense as well.
Great point there, right? Great point.
Yeah.
I think that kind of goes along with the second question, right? Is just that it's relatable to how Yang tells his stories and how does it make it relevant for contemporary readers, where Jin and those, I guess, the modern stories, there was that relevant. It was relevant.
Yeah, I think it just helps the readers have a little laugh. It's not so serious. It's kind of humorous in its own way.
Yeah, I thought it was relatable in some ways. I didn't grow up a Chinese boy, but just his take on like being a teenager, I thought was relatable in a lot of ways, and I thought it was kind of interesting. He made it kind of funny.
Are you sure you're not Chinese, Eric?
I'm a little bit,
yeah, it feels like you know most of the story of the Chinese.
All right. Number 3. What societal attitudes, values, or ideals are conveyed and challenged in this book?
I thought it was pretty, funny, but it's real, and it happens all the time. How, just for one example, the cousin, or well, even Jin, but then Jin's friend, that comes in, the teacher butches their name butchers their name and where they're from and everything, and that's just, I feel like that happens today with different cultures getting into the mix with each other. And like in high school, some of the teachers couldn't pronounce our Hawaiian or Polynesian names, but I felt like that was kind of a challenge for them, is that they're a minority in America, and so they're treated a little bit differently, or they're treated differently in general just because they're so different. But they just gotta learn to adapt and find their way through living an American life.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what Eric said too about, you know, kind of just being their own self. They're so worried about what everyone else thinks that, you know, in the thing, he didn't even want to associate himself with, you know, other Chinese boys or girls, you know.
Just like how the Monkey King didn't want everyone else to call him Monkey, because he didn't think of himself as a monkey. He thought of himself as a god. That's why he went around and trying to beat everyone else to convince them that he's not a monkey.
Yeah,
It's like a really good value and a lesson to always be that. It's like realizing who you are. And
That one
until
good.
the end.
The ideals portrayed in the story as well was humility. I feel like that was like an overarching theme, especially in regards to the Monkey King. You know, he sat under the pile of rock for like 500 years or 5,000 years or whatever it was. But if he would have just humbled himself, then he would have been able to escape from his prison. It's kind of an interesting element of the story as well. One of the ideals, I guess.
cool.
Cool. So should we move on to the next question?
Yeah, next question.
Did we cover that one well enough?
Oh, you want me to cover it there?
What?
Go
How
ahead,
does
Eric.
American-born Chinese challenge conventional literary forms and genres?
I think the pictures kind of do a lot of the talking for the story.
Mhm.
It kind of challenges it that way. But yeah, that's just what I think.
Something that I picked up on is some of the graphics. Like there was like it got graphic. I think when the monk got stabbed with the spear, there's like blood and stuff, you know. So it was like usually a conventional kind of like book like that wouldn't really have as much graphics. But also even the cousin talks about tying the girl up and having a baby with her. You know, that's like kind of crazy to be involved in a book where it talks about these I don't know, these different lessons, and they involve these sorts of things that kind of challenge conventional literary forms and genres.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too. I mean, like I've never read a graphic novel before, but from what I read and from what I gathered is this novel has been able to reach acclaim, not just in like, I feel like there are people who are heavily interested in graphic novels and stuff. But I would say people generally speaking, society generally speaking, people don't always read these sorts of things. But it seems like she's been able, or the author was able to, he was able to make some acclaim with this book, even outside of just people who like graphic novels. Like the fact that we're reading it for an assignment shows that it was able to be written well enough and do well enough that it's able to reach broader audiences, I guess. But it's different. It's interesting. It's something I'm used to reading. It's enjoyable though to read. Get all the pictures and stuff, and then I don't have to think as much.
This question, I can't really understand this question. That one. How does American-born Chinese challenge conventional literary forms and genres?
I guess it's just how is it different from normal novels and things like that?
Yeah.
what
So,
you're used to reading.
well, I'm used to read the fiction, like this kind of books. I enjoy reading this graphics with the text on it, and I rather have graphics, images to kind of make me understand what I'm reading than just a bunch of letters. And the graphics too kind of helps me with, like for example, the books when the monkey was mastering the what growing, I think growing bigger and bigger. It's kind of it kind of tell you straight that this story is fiction.
I think also another thing. I don't know if this was if it happened to you guys, but like when I read it, like you start off, you read about the Monkey King, and then all of a sudden it's like you're starting a whole different story about this Chinese kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, I thought maybe like I'd skipped because I read it online for like something I found off a website. I thought maybe it was missing pages or something. But yeah, the way he kind of ordered the story and how it all was like three separate stories that in the end they all kind of converged. I thought that was an interesting way to arrange it.
It's kind of like a movie. Like you have
Yeah.
two different things going on, and then in the end, yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
was pretty cool. Yeah.
That's true.
cool. Last one.
Yep. How long does it have to be?
30 minutes.
30 minutes, and we're at like what, 15?
Around
Wait, it
there.
has to be 30 minutes?
Does it dock? Do we get docked if it's not?
I don't know. What does it say? Google Hangouts or group for 30 minutes. Oh yeah. I don't know if it gets stocked.
I don't think so. I
No.
think as long as we cover everything, right?
Cover all the
I
information.
mean, I could get my mom. She could talk for more than 30 minutes.
That's like a good idea, man.
You know, or just take a break or just leave it on and then we'll come back. You know? Go get
Go to
something.
the bathroom real quick.
Nah, I think if we have just like good content, I think she just didn't want us to be like, oh yeah, it was good. This is that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So last one. What message does the graphic novel send about the particular theme? I feel like we did kind of talk about it, but I guess we could just review, just end it off with maybe what we learned or what we got out of it. Okay, yeah. So then it does say that each student would share an answer because we're going to be using that for a thesis statement later on in the week.
Yeah, that's what we kind of did, right? Everyone.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could just say personally how, well, like, kind of what we got out of it. I know Eric shared a lot about kind of like the symbolism and stuff, being who you are and whatnot. I guess the thing that stood out to me the most with the story in general and the symbolism was just how in life you have a lot of aspirations and things you want to accomplish, but along that journey don't lose who you are, your values or your motives, and become something you're not, and kind of leave people in the dust who matter, who have helped you get there. So in a way, just dream big and do what you need to do in life, but still keep, be genuine and authentic, and I guess, yeah, in general, be yourself.
Yeah, I think I feel the same way as Eric. It's kind of just own the person that who you are, and also I think it helps bring to our attention that stereotyping. I mean, it happens more than you think. It happens all the time, actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure I still do it myself. Unknowingly, like kind of just.
Shoot, Eric.
Wow, I guess he didn't like what I was saying, but
Because he's the minority.
I'm out here.
Dude, that's a good example right there.
Yeah, the heck, Eric. Oh yeah, but yeah, it's just kind of make us more aware of. Dang, Eric. Wow, just cut me off like that, Eric. Dang. What do you have to say for yourself?
These were boring me, so I'm on the school Wi-Fi. It's having a hard time.
Good one. That was a good one. Yeah, I just missed my whole speech, Eric. But yeah, I was just talking about stereotyping and how it happens more than we think, and this book kind of helps us realize that.
Mm-hmm.
Just want to add to what you guys just said. I really like how how the story were put as 3 different stories, but you found out later that Cheeky what's it Cheeky, the guy, the cousin, Danny's cousin, and you find out later that he's the monkey. But I think one lesson that I realized about that, I think the monkey finally realized that he's a monkey and he learned his lesson, and then he went down and trying to look out for other people to find out the same because I think he knew that they were having the same hard time as him trying to be somebody else, and then he went down there just to take care of themselves, take care of them, and then up to a point that they finally realized what they've been doing wrong, and then they found out, oh, this is not how I was supposed to be, and then they were supposed to be a monkey, and it's supposed to be like this. When you find out who you are, then you reach out for other people, and then help them find who they are. That's right.
Yeah, I like that. Eric, what do you got to say for yourself?
Yeah. Yeah. What other themes
Just
were
say
there?
the closing prayer and we're out.
What?
I said, just say the closing prayer.
Oh, we gotta say a closing prayer.
Say it for 20 minutes.
So we're at like what, 20 minutes right now? 25 minutes?
Yeah, around that time.
Pretty
I
good.
think we're good to wrap it up.
So we gotta choose who does the report.
Sure. Did you guys do your? I think it's a good idea. We could just. Did you guys do the summarize thing paper?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we could just pick that up and post it and send it to you guys.
I think since Eric left the group, and then he has to do the paper.
Yeah, I think obligated to do the paper.
Yeah, Eric, when you left, we voted that you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I see how it is.
No, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have to do this for every book. So
Yeah, we're gonna do this every time.
yeah, we're gonna have one of us is gonna have to do it one way or another.
As long as it's not a one-time thing and I'm getting shafted just this time,
We'll switch around.
Make sure you don't leave the group again while we're
Eric.
Yeah, I see how it is. I'm just gonna write in the paper that you guys don't deserve credit. Oh, that's fine. I can do that. That's fine.
Thank you.
You want us to send you anything, or you think you got it, or you want us to like type out something, send it to you? No.
URL? I think you're gonna need the URL for this video, maybe. No.
I can't hear anything you're saying.
Like, you want us to send like something to you, like
the Wi-Fi's so bad,
to help you out, like our responses to the questions or something?
Just send me your quotes and some, I don't know, like a paragraph.
Yeah, sounds good.
Shoots. Signing off, guys.
All right.
or something, and then I'll just put it all together. Just does that work?